God, I'm a lucky man sometimes. Motorcycle Diaries, Thursday the 8th of July, Luke Wilkins, day, ride 2 even today. I've now been out on the Street Fighter twice, on the Victory twice, on the Tenere once, but that's getting a lot of focus next week. And I've been on the Blade twice, but you know what? This is the new Fireblade. If I didn't take this out more than I do the other bikes, there'd be something wrong. Now, when I got this bike, I'm not going to lie, I'm an R1 man. Out the Gixxer, not ridden the Quacker. I've got the Ducati, the Augusta, all of that. Blades, I'd ridden it before, really enjoyed it, but you know, hadn't really grabbed me with its heart and soul because it is so efficient, because it is such a good all-round bike. But just been thinking, and the time I spent riding over this the last couple of weeks, it's taken over my soul, man. You're looking at 183 brake horsepower. It weighs, what, less than 200 kilos, so you're almost up there with a BMW in terms of BHP per kilo. You know, that's ridiculous. It'll do 180 mile an hour top speed. It'll do 0 to 50, or 150 even, in a quarter mile. The acceleration on it is amazing. The handling, suspension, as I've talked about in previous stories, unbelievable. This C-ABS system is not like a mechanical ABS system you get on other bikes. It does not intrude into your riding. You don't get the hobble jerky feeling. You put on the smooth pressure, it will not even do anything unless you're getting in trouble and you need to grab a bit too much, and then it will just ease it out. It's not like people think, oh no, it's going to affect the way I ride. It won't. It will save your life. And it's an extra £1,000. I mean, this new £9,000. No, actually, I had Jason Street Bike ask me earlier, and he rides a Blade, ironically, even though he works for a garage that sells Yamaha Suzuki, and he said, if you had, you know, one bike in your garage, what would it be? And I was close to saying that, because I'm absolutely loving it. I was close to saying the Rocket 3, I was close to saying the R1, I was close to saying the Ducati 1198. Even the Street Fighter's really grown on me. But you know what? Can't believe I'm going to say this, and Lee from Brindley Honda, you're going to love this video. It might be this one. £9,000, that's with the ABS, well, an extra grand for the ABS, that's 10. Okay, you know, I love the styling. It's really grown on me. I really like this orange and grey now as well. They're really nice colours, different things. But this has just become a bit of a thing for me, this bike. I almost really didn't want to like it. I mean, I approach every bike, I really do try and do with an open mind. I mean, that's what's so surprised that Street Fighter didn't grab me at the start, but now it really has. But this one, it's a no-brainer, man. It's a class leader. Every single person that rides one ends up loving it. So, I'm going to head out, take a bit of a blast, have a bit of a night out on the Blade, won't be too long, and then come back and give you some other thoughts on it. See you in a bit. Wow, this bike is quite simply feeling ridiculous. I love this machine. £10,000, that's with the ABS. These brakes are amazing, man. The fact that it balances the bike out a little bit as you go into the corners by applying a tilt touch to the back, brilliant. You don't notice it unless you grab too much. The balance on this, you know, I've just got off the Street Fighter, I love that, but getting on a 4 after the twin, you can just chuck it around so much, and then that acceleration, it just doesn't stop. Yes, 183 brake, the BMW is more powerful. Yes, the R1 sounds more throaty. I don't care! I'm not kidding when I say this is astonishing. You know, I've ridden probably over 100 bikes minimum the last 6 months, if not more. I've liked nearly every single one of them for their own reason. And it was only because Jason asked me today if I had to choose one. I've always said before I would have. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. Wow. Wow. I did a lot of talking on camera when we got to lights and stuff. I don't know if you heard it. If you did, you'd have heard me say, you can keep alcohol. You can keep sex, you can keep drugs. Fuck it. Do you know what? Excuse my language. For crying out loud, you can pretty much keep anything. That's phenomenal. I love all bikes. I love them all for their different reasons, for the different things. But when Jace asked me, Dave Street bike, you know, one bike that would be perfect for me, if I had to have one in my garage. Tempted to say that. Tempted to say Rocket 3. Tempted to say R1. Tempted to say Juxer. Tempted to say Juxer 600. I absolutely love. But after tonight, well, having ridden this all the last couple of weeks, I kind of knew it would be. It's this. It's beautiful. Everything comes together on this to make it, for me, as the way I ride, the perfect road bike. I like a slipper clutch. I don't use engine braking. My dad always said to me, and to be honest, you don't use engine braking on a track, but my dad always said to me, and he was a mechanic in the army, what's easy triple A's, brake pads or a clutch? That's why you don't use engine braking. I know a lot of people do on the roads for smooth riding. That's cool. I like racing. So I like to be able to flick down a gear and, you know what I mean, get the impetus without having my back wheel come out on me. This has got that. The brakes, unbelievable. This CABS system, I was just testing it actually on the last bit of road down here, you know. You can't make the wheel lock up. And as I say, it's not intrusive like other ones. It literally kicks in, and you wouldn't even know it's there. It just eases it on, that brake-by-wire at the last minute, balances out the back wheel, and it just stops. It just stops. Every time you think, oh God, I'm going to have an accident, it just stops. It's amazing. Fork, suspension, brilliant on this. It absorbs every bump in the road, but it gives you the right amount of feedback, just like the 600 does, kind of thing, to be honest with you. Double-sided swing arm, obviously. Just makes it so comfortable sitting on the road. The engine, wow. Just revs and revs and revs, you know. Lee was saying to me, you can put it in 6 and just roll it on. I don't want to do that. I want to go through every gear, revving it up to the top, because I want to hit every bit. And every time you think, oh, there can't be any more, just keeps on going. Looking at the layout, it's nice and simple, nothing too complicated. Do you know what I mean? There's no gear indicators, the one thing that kind of messed me up a little bit. But everything on it just seems to work. Get off flies. Perfectly, like all comes together, you know. I like the styling of it. I think there are better looking bikes. I actually really like the R1. I like the, I don't know, Juxer, I don't think that's pretty. I like the Kawasaki a lot. But I've fallen in love with this thing, and I really have. And you know, it's funny when you ride a bike and you spend a lot of time on the bike. I mean, look at the tyres. Look at the use I'm getting out of those tyres, man. It just all comes together. £10,000 with ABS. You know, the R1's 12 grand. You want the Ducati Street Fire over there, that's just under 14. You want an 1198 Ducati, that's 16, 17 grand. Great bike, great bike, but I wouldn't want to commute on. This I could actually commute on, and it hasn't got the different ECU settings, it hasn't got all the engine management. It's just bloody easy to ride, and you know, if you want to give it some, it performs like a race bike. If you want it to perform like a bike around town, it will do. Obviously, it's still an incredibly race-tuned superbike, but it's amazing. Gears on it, everything's phenomenal. Now I'm going to shut them now because I've got a lot of onboard footage from that. I'm not going to use most of it. I'm going to be taking this back to Honda to swap it over for the Shadow. Is it the Shadow, the 750, or the VFR 800? Either way, Honda, give me one of these. I'm in love. Simple as that. So, for tonight, my friends, and until next time, ride safe and go try out a Honda Fireblade. I think you might like it.